1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to try and create an approval policy. Actually, we already did, but the recording didn't come out very well, so we're just going to do it again real fast. Okay, so I'm logged into this XCL ADM. We're going to go to Advanced. Okay, we search Approval Policies. Okay, so when we deployed our composite, we had a name, of course. So what we did was we created a request level policy, approval policy, so that anytime a request is made at the approval point of the request level, it will run our process. So we can clear that, and then I'll show it to you again. So here, when we deployed it, you see it went into that default domain that I was mentioned. So we're going to associate that as our approval process. Okay, we called it AI Beneficiary Manager Approval. Okay, and it's at the request level, so that when it shows up in here, we'll see it's a request level approval. Okay, we're not going to auto approve it. We had to create a rule. Okay, so when you create the policy, it's going to basically wizard you through these things. So you'll put the policy name, the description, the request type, and the request level. You'll add the approval process that you created for it. Then you'll click Add Simple Rule, and when you click the Add Simple Rule, it'll open up a window that looks like this, and you'll say it's a request, and the request type equals a self-request resource. If this condition is true, and that is someone is creating a self-request for a resource, then it'll run the approval rule that's in this container here. Okay, which would be this here. Alright, so we can save this. Okay, do a refresh. And there we are. Okay. So we got our approval policy put in. Now, so anytime anyone creates a request for a resource for themselves, it's going to run our manager approval process. Okay, so it just so happens I have someone that works for me. How that happened, I'll never know. So we'll go here to self-service. We're going to create a request for me, and it's going to be for a self-request resource. We got some resources left, I think. Yeah, so we'll give them resource B, or I want resource B. It's not a service account. And then of course we want it now. Okay, so finish. And here's our request. Okay, we'll look at the request history. We can see what's going on. Okay, so you see request created, and you see here's some of the template approval. That's auto approved. Now we're at the request level, and we're asking for a request level approval, and hopefully it's sitting in my queue. Yes, there it is. Okay, so now we got manager level request at the request level. So we have to sign out, log in as me, and approve that. Okay, so I do have an approval task. and I will prove that. And there we go. That's approved. Now what's going to happen is it's going to fall through to the default operation level. Under normal circumstances, you'd probably want to either make that auto approve or add code in there to do the resource administrator approval check. Okay, let's see if XLSysADM has any approvals to do. Certainly does, and it's the default request level approval for this resource, so we're going to approve that task. Okay, now if we go to administration, we can look up me. And eventually my user information will show up here in this other window. And there it is. So we can look at direct reports. Okay, and this is who requested the resource. Okay, so we want there we go. Now let's see, does he have resource B? Yes, he does. Okay, so the request went through completely. Two different approval levels. Of course, the approval levels are adjustable. What we could do, like I said, is if we want to skip the XLSysADM approval, we would create another approval policy that basically says to auto-approve any operational level self-resource requests. That will stop the whole XLSysADM thing. And of course the other alternative would be to create another approval task that does resource admin level approvals, and you can add the check there for that. And of course if the resource doesn't have any admins, you could probably auto approve it. I'm not exactly sure how to do that yet, but as soon as I figure it out, there'll be a couple more videos. That's it for now.